Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Something happened back here, a little project Willow and I have been working on, but you didn't come to see that. So let's go check out what we're gonna work on. This is still under construction, by the way. We're not done with it yet, but yeah. Okay, so if you came here, you probably saw the thumbnail. At some point last year, I glazed the front brake rotor, and I didn't notice it until I rode. I don't ride this bike very much, except for off-road, and I used it to commute this last week, and I noticed that when you squeeze the front brake, there's lots of pressure, but the brake pads didn't grab at all. It was like there was nothing happening, kind of like rubbing a bar of soap on a mirror. That's pretty much the pressure or the friction that I had on that front rotor. So I came across something that you guys may be interested in. I'm going to show you the procedure that I used to do it. I already did the front one. I basically bought the EBC H sintered brake pads. These things are really inexpensive, and then I used some brake cleaner and a couple of hand tools, and then I got a little sanding block right here that I used. And so we're gonna do a little real time on the rear ones so you guys can kind of see the procedure that I'm doing. These ones look a lot simpler than the front ones, but yeah. So I'll get the GoPro set up down here so you guys can kind of follow along with me and see what it is that I'm doing. Here we go. Not sure how well this is gonna work or how good you guys are gonna be able to see this, but we're gonna do this together in real time. A couple of little spring pins here. Pull those babies out. Oh, that one disappeared, never to be seen again. Just kidding. And then there's a pin in here that you can kind of push out with your fingers. You almost don't need a whole lot of anything to do this. But then again, I always like to speak too soon. Kind of get a hold of it and wiggle it out. Get the wheel out of the way. Pull that pin out. Now the brake pads should just slide right out. You may have to put a little bit of back pressure on the piston. And if you do, you got a screwdriver right here. You can just kind of lever off of the, there we go. Push it all the way back like that. Little pads come out. These are Brembos, by the way. That's what comes on these stock. These ones are kind of trashed. A little rusty, a little worn out. Those are garbage. So here comes the fun part. Let me reposition the camera here. You're gonna take your sanding block here. You're just gonna hold it against the brake disc and just lightly, this is 120 grit sandpaper, by the way. You're just gonna go over the disc and try to get rid of any brake material that's currently on it. And you don't need to do this very much. A couple rotations, just doing this is pretty much all you need. It bites into it pretty hard and gets rid of that stuff. So you do it on one side. The back side is a little bit harder to get to, but you can still do it. And just take your time and go along. It's not really a big deal. Like that. And you take a little rag or whatever and get some brake cleaner in it. Like that. And then you're just gonna wipe it down. Wipe off all the residue you created by sanding it. Like so. Pretty simple so far, huh? Then you're gonna open up your brand new brake pads. And I'm gonna try and figure out what orientation they go in at. You're gonna match the curve to the rotor, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Kind of like a dat. Get them to seat in there where the pin goes. Just like that. Put the other one in here. And then just got to slide the pin through everything. There's one. There's two. Get it all the way through. And then you've got your little holes sticking out. And you slide your welcome back cotter pins right into those little pinholes. Oh, super easy. Look at how easy that was. That took me a whole 5 minutes to do that brake job. And you can go over and push down on your brake pedal a few times to get that seated again. And now we should have, oh yeah, those grab nice. Those are ready to bed. There you have it, guys. Simple as that. The fronts took a little bit longer. They have a little captive clip that's in there too. And I used a drop of Loctite on the pin, on the threads, and I also put some synthetic grease on the slider pin there, just so they moved around a little bit better. Not really necessary, but did it anyway. To bed the brakes in, what you want to do is you want to go out to a road that's not busy or a parking lot or something and go anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour and do some moderately aggressive stops, and then ride the bike away, maybe wait like 15-20 seconds and then do that again, and do that about 5 to 10 times, and your brakes should be bed into the rotors pretty good, and you should have some severe stopping power with these brake pads. I noticed right away the first time I used the front ones, I was able to do stoppies and throw yourself over the handlebar stops, so that was good. As always, in every video, if I show you a product that I'm using, I try to leave links in the description. This one will be no exception, so take a look in the description of the video if you want to see links to these exact same products. I think the total for the rear and the front was about 60 bucks. It's nothing. So if you guys want to upgrade your brakes, get some more stopping power out of your little 390 bike, this would be a good upgrade to do. Aside from that, something that's coming up, we've got a couple little things coming up with the Norden. One of them has to deal with a warranty issue, and I'll talk about that in an upcoming episode. And then there might be something titanium coming. Not quite sure when that'll get here, but stay tuned if you're into the motorcycle stuff. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.